Welcome to Mortgage Lending Mastery, the world's longest running podcast in the mortgage industry. I'm your host, Lady Jen du Plessis, with over 4 decades of mortgage, real estate, and financial services experience, providing the knowledge you need to advance your mortgage practice quickly and efficiently. Hey there, it's Lady Jen du Plessis. So excited to have you back on Mortgage Lending Mastery. Cannot wait to see all the masters that we have there. This group of masters, mortgage masters. I want to talk to you today on a Jen's Jot about caring versus carrying. Caring versus carrying. You know, so often I hear, loan officers and realtors, a lot of salespeople, quite frankly. I coach business people too. So I hear this in sales quite a bit is that, I lost the deal. I lost the deal. And we look back on that and kind of get deflated. It puts us off kilter for the rest of the day, maybe even the week, as I put 5 months into that client and then they went someplace else for not even a 16th of a, difference in the rate, which I know doesn't exist. But, I think it's really important for us to care about how we performed, right? Did our professionalism show through? Did we answer the questions that the client had? Did we show client-centric actions as opposed to self-serving actions? And if the answer to these and many more questions around that is that we showed care, and I always say, if you care more about people than you do about cash, the cash will come. I promise it will. And we've all had situations where we worked our tushies off and they went someplace else, and that's fine. I've got strategies for that, by the way, on what to do next. But I first want to just say that show people the care. But then if they decide to go someplace else, if they do something during the process, which I had plenty of clients do, even after you tell them the do's and don'ts, right? I had a client who we were 4 or 5 days before closing, and she went out and bought $30,000 worth of furniture to fill in her home that she now doesn't qualify for. So we ended up getting a gift from her grandma to be able to pay off the debt all at the last minute. And, and I care, but I didn't carry. It was not my responsibility that she did that. And so often we feel like it's our fault. I had another client, I remember sitting at the closing table, and this was a builder situation. And they said, has anything changed in your application? He said, yeah, I bought a Porsche, and his payment was 900 and something a month, and he didn't qualify. We didn't close. And I thought, oh, it's my fault. It's my fault. I should have checked. I should have asked. I should have continually asked. Now, remember, as a builder situation, we could be anywhere from 3 months to 6 months out, right? I should be asking him every day, don't buy anything. Did you buy anything? Don't buy anything. What's your credit card like? And I took all the blame, right? I was carrying it, and it was weighing me down, and I was losing other opportunities because that negativity was pushing people away, right? It's that push energy versus that pull energy that I've talked on another Jen's Jot on. And I learned that I can't carry the responsibility of everyone else's actions and decisions. And some will, some won't. So what? Keep moving. Don't continue to let it. If someone decides they're not going to work with you, and you've done a great job, and you've been professional with them, keep moving along. Don't carry it, because it will affect more business down the road. And then you'll find yourself circling the drain. And we definitely don't want to do that. So this is a very quick Jen's Jots about care, but don't carry the responsibility of what other people and their actions are. Let it go so you can grow. Leave it behind you. Get out of the chaos. Find calm. It's okay. That's part of business. I think sometimes we forget about that in the lending business, is that getting a no and being rejected is part of our business. But getting the yes and being accepted is why this is such an addicting business, because there's no other business where you can make this kind of money. There's some, but very rare are people making the kind of money that people are as a loan officer. So, Your action item is to look at some of the transactions, the families that said no to you, the families that went someplace else, and determine whether or not you're carrying that with you. Make the conscious effort to let it go, because there are other transactions out there for you. There's plenty. It's about abundance. I'll talk about, on occasion, I talk about my faith, right? And Adam and Eve were told not to eat an apple from one tree. And they were focused on that tree. And the devil came and had them eat that, from that one tree. There were thousands of other trees. He told them, go to any other tree. There's abundance out there. But they focused on that one, and look what happened. So don't focus on the one you lost, the one that turned away from you. Look at the abundance of what's out there. And I promise you're going to get all kinds of success. It's headed for you. It's right before that chaos is where the creativity and the cash starts rolling in. So look at those and determine whether or not you feel off kilter, you're off, and let them go so that you can grow your business substantially over the next couple of weeks, because that kilter will be corrected. Call your favorite people. Get back on that bandwagon of caring. And I'll catch you on the next episode. Thank you for joining Mortgage Lending Mastery. If you found value in today's conversation and would like to get support, simply go to supportfromjen.com. That's supportfromjen.com. Or reach out to me on social media. Keep watching and listening for more insider secrets, stories, strategies, and ideas to help you become a master in your business.